Yo, what is up? Welcome to HTTV Hang Time Trio, where you get to hang out with your favorite trio. My name is Kay, that's Swag over there, and we got C in the house as well. Now, we're going to be reacting to some all-star selections. Going to do the East first, then we're going to do West, and then we're going to round it out with the reserves from each conference. You guys ready?
Let's get into
it. All right, let's go.
Shall we?
Okay.
The captain is Kevin Durant, nearly 5.6 million.
So, we got KD here. I mean,
I kind of expected, honestly, like with LeBron out in LA, there's not really anyone. Giannis kind of had a down season from last year, I would say.
I mean, I could see Embiid here because of KD's injuries, but at the time, I would admit he's been leading the Nets, and I think
and obviously we're doing this reaction later than the actual announcement was.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say KD, I think he's averaging 30 points if I'm not wrong. And that's crazy. Even though he's injured now, he just got ruled out of All-Star game, and Sabonis is replacing him. Tatum sliding into the starting lineup. Yeah, I feel like Durant was the move as the captain. Yeah, with Giannis having a down season, I feel like that was just the move. Swag, what do you think?
So I personally would have put Embiid over Durant because Durant has so many stars alongside him. You got Dinwiddie, who's a great sixth man. Kyrie, who's kind of been in and out of the lineup, but still.
I mean, yeah, Dinwiddie's injured. He got injured beginning of the season, I think. But yeah, you're right. With so many stars like Harden, Kyrie, then you got.
And I think he's holding up pretty good with the teammate who thinks that the Earth is flat. So, I think he's okay for right now.
Yeah, I think he's doing pretty good with the big three. So, I mean, yeah, I think well-deserved for him.
Yeah, I'll talk more about Embiid when we get to him, but yeah, okay, let's keep going.
Giannis next. If not KD, it should have been either Embiid or Giannis, but Giannis with that down season. Personally, I didn't vote for Giannis as on my All-Star roster. I don't know about you guys, but I just thought that he kind of had such a down season from last year, like mid-season last year, that I felt like, I don't know, I just didn't want to see him in the All-Star game again, like if he wasn't like a captain, honestly, because it's been him and LeBron going at it for what?
Me personally, I think Giannis completely deserved this. Embiid, like he's more of the power forward, and then Embiid's the center, and then KD's more of the small forward. But Antetokounmpo, he completely deserved this. He's been a great defensive force, and well, I mean, we already know what he can do offensively, and he's been carrying the load for this team. I know everybody says this every single year, but I feel like this team could actually make the NBA Finals this year.
Swag, what do you think?
So, obviously, Giannis is Giannis. He's going to put up great stats. And I don't blame Giannis for their postseason losses. I would more blame their coach. They never let them play full perimeter-style defense. They give up too many open threes. So any shooters, blow up them. You know what I mean? And like, Giannis is a great player. I don't think he's going to get any MVP votes or I personally didn't vote for him either because I want to see him succeed in the postseason before I really have more faith in him. That's just my take.
Yeah, I feel like every year is just overhyping Giannis regular season. He'll get the MVPs. He'll get all those votes. And then postseason, it's not just him that chokes. It's that whole team, right? I mean,
it's the way the team is built.
Yeah.
In my opinion,
and,
what you're saying, before this season, Embiid and the Sixers, they were always projected to go like to the finals. I don't know if that was just me or but I feel like they were always overhyped at the beginning of the season.
Because when they had Jimmy on that squad, it was like they were favorites in the East. But I mean, LeBron was still there, so that's another story. But
not you, like ESPN. I feel like the past 3 seasons, or 4 seasons even, they've been like a top 3 team in their preseason power rankings, and it's never worked out that way until this season.
Yeah,
when
they put them
finally. They're getting it wrong.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, personally, I voted for Embiid. I think he's been having an MVP type season. It's him and Joker, and then obviously there's LeBron. I know C mentioned this, but Embiid was his captain choice over KD. Yeah, Embiid's been having a really good season, even with Simmons. Tobias Harris has had a great season. He's even considered a snub, right? So I feel like even with that, Embiid's just terrorizing opponents. Like, I'm a Bulls fan. I saw him play against the Bulls. He's dropping 49 points on us, and that's like without Simmons. Yeah, but he's just such a dominant force, and like every year he's been actually doing pretty good. But I think this is the year he's been doing outstanding, and this is obviously a no-brainer all-star starter for me. Swag, what do you think?
I agree with you on dominant. He's definitely the most dominant player this season. He can carry the load offensively, kind of like what you were saying with the Bulls, how he scored 49 when Harris and Simmons was out too, right?
Yeah, Simmons was out. I don't think Harris was out, actually. I think he was still there.
Still, though,
But
like
yeah.
your secondary star. Meanwhile, LeBron has AD, and we see how he's doing without him. And another thing is, I feel like Embiid is always getting hurt. And other than like 1 or 2 minor injuries this season, he's stayed healthy. So I think that's really helped his cause. And I always feel like dominant players that can just drop 15 in like 2 minutes to score all the points, I feel like they always get MVP votes. So if I had to say who would get voted for MVP, I would say him.
Yeah, honestly, see, before you say anything, I feel like he's like Jokic. I watched those two teams play. Like in the first quarter, it's all Embiid, all Jokic, right? Like they're just so dominant in that field.
Yeah.
Like even with Jamal Murray in Denver, Ben Simmons in Philly, like they just managed to put up a great first half, great first quarter, and then it's like that gives them the momentum to like play 40 minutes a game, drop like 49, 50 points, right? So yeah, obviously like it's a no-brainer, like I said before. I mean, he's just playing outstanding this year. All right, see, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think that he kind of reminds me of a Shaq, but I mean, maybe a little bit worse in the paint because Shaq was just dominant. But he can also shoot free throws at least. Shaq misses
he
like
has a
half
decent
of his
3-point shooting too.
Yeah,
exactly.
and even he's
like
shooting.
That's the thing with centers, bro.
He's shooting
like,
40+% from the deep. I think this is also a no-brainer, and he's been doing. If you look at his footwork, it's been outstanding this season. He's really worked on it.
He's really improved his game over the offseason.
And what goes a lot of times unnoticed is it's not like the Sixers have good offensive weapons around them. I mean, Simmons can't hit a 3. All right, maybe they have a couple.
It's not a stretch.
Yeah, and he always has to carry the load on offensively, and he's always doing his part. I agree with this.
So one kind of closing statement. I would agree with you about carrying the load offensively. Other than their shooters in Seth Curry and sometimes Danny Green, he definitely carries the load offensively.
Hey, but you gotta admit, Simmons has been working on that 3. Garbage time against the Cavs. He just nailed one.
He hit
bro.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's been working on it.
Too.
I'd say maybe in like 10 years. I don't know. 8 years.
10 years would be
works
33, but
hard on his 3. I could see him shooting like maybe 35% from 3.
And that's like league average. And Ben Simmons with a 3 is like LeBron James level in my opinion.
I mean, he's amazing at defense, bro. I mean,
yeah.
And it's so funny we're praising him, and he was a reserve, so he's had a pretty good season too. But yeah, I mean, he's also been having a good season, even with Embiid being so dominant.
Bradley Beal, he's averaging 32, 33, I think, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, 33 actually.
Yep. And I think at the time it was the All-Star voting, he was like around 35 almost. He has been balling out. I mean,
yeah, he leads the league in scoring.
Yeah, scoring, and even with a ball hog like Russell Westbrook on his team, he's still doing everything. I mean, yeah, maybe his defense needs a little bit of work, but you just can't like stop his scoring and stuff. Any fantasy managers out there, they're happy to have him.
All right, Swag, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, he's a shooting guard. He's doing what shooting guards are asked to do. Shoot. He leads the league in points. You know, maybe not the best defender, but for what you said about Westbrook, I'd love to get into Westbrook, but I don't want to do that right now. But what I will say is that the pieces around him, Westbrook with his passing and somewhat defense, Bertans with his shooting, along with Beal, they really complement each other. And with all the trade talks, it seems like Beal is kind of like Damian Lillard, and that he stays loyal to the soil. And I really like that about him. So he definitely earned my vote this year, and he was one of the players I voted for the East.
Yeah.
All right. Honestly, not a big fan of Beal when I was voting. I was normally switching up between Trae Young and Zach LaVine. Can't believe Trae Young was snubbed. But yeah, I have to say I've earned a little respect. He got snubbed last year. He was averaging 30 plus last year. He got snubbed, and that must be a big dent, bro, in your like self-esteem.
Chip on his shoulder.
You're averaging like maybe a top 5 in the league, maybe top 2.
Three.
I think it was top 3.
Yeah, he was top 3, and the amount of disrespect you get for not making the team, even like as a reserve. He didn't even make a reserve spot.
Yeah.
And like with all that going on, he just decides to come out of the season like full
Firing.
fire, like bombs away kind of. And like I have earned respect for him. He's been having such a great season. Like you said, 33 points per game. Yeah, he's been doing pretty good.
And
I kind of regret not voting for him, but yeah, from snub to starter, that's amazing.
Yep.
Pretty good, yeah.
Also, one more thing. He's finally getting this Wizards team back on track.
Yeah, they've been up.
Their last 6-7 games, they've been. I think they've only lost maybe 1 or 2, but great job.
Yeah. And I mean, even when the Lakers were without AD, Bradley Beal was playing at such a high level, honestly. And I was watching that Timberwolves Wizards game. My man,
I don't think there's a player who can guard Bradley Beal.
He dropped like 30 points in the first 2 halves, which is just insane to me. And like a player like that, like he was doing the same stuff last year. He should not have been snubbed. That's all I'm gonna say. So I saw these rosters revealed. Oh my god. With all that off-court drama saying he didn't want to play basketball, he still gets the start. I don't think he deserved it, honestly. I feel like there should have been, maybe Trae Young should have gotten a spot over Kyrie. But I feel like with all that drama, I don't want to play basketball stuff, he should not have gotten this spot. But I mean, it is what it is. He's been having a pretty good season overall. I don't want to be a Kyrie hater on this channel, honestly. But I just feel like with all that off-court drama, he shouldn't have really deserved it. That's my opinion on it. What do you guys think?
Well, you see, I don't either think that he deserved this at all. Zach LaVine, he could have maybe taken his spot, and then Trae Young, he could have maybe taken the bench spot. But I don't know, because with all this Earth is Flat drama, I don't want to play basketball, whatever. I mean,
for the record, Earth was flat was kind of
okay. Yeah, that was a little bit ago, but I just don't think if you look at his stats, they're not really exactly the most team player type. You know,
I was watching one game. It was like, sorry for interrupting you, but I was watching a game against Cleveland, I think. My man had like 33 points. That's amazing, right?
Yep.
But he has like 2 assists a game, which is kind of like mind-boggling. Because this is kind of a joke, but Kyrie told Harden that Harden could be the point guard. He'll be the shooting guard. Shooting guard. Interesting. Coincidence? I
think point guard stands for passing guard.
Yeah, I mean, but you got to give it to Harden, man. He has changed his game to help the team win. Even though we're talking about Kyrie,
11 plus assists.
Yeah. 10.3, I think, is what it is.
But I mean, when you do have such good weapons around you, I mean, it's kind of like hard not to. Like, when you have that type of skill set, I kind of like, that's kind of like, I mean, I didn't expect that much, but I didn't think he would like be averaging 11.
All right, Swag, what do you think? Top it all off.
Okay, if I were to choose someone to start over him, I probably would have chosen his teammate James Harden. The way he has adapted and everything. Kyrie Irving, I'm just going to keep it short. He's not a good representative for the league. Like your top 10 players, he should not be in there. He should not be in the top 15. I don't want to go any farther than that, but my point is Kyrie Irving, with his personal decisions and all the off-court drama. Plus, to be frank, I don't think he's done too much on the court this season either, as comparison to KD and Harden. And of course, other players on different teams that are completely carrying the load. Trae Young, Zach LaVine, like he's on a team with 3 guys, and he's the 3rd guy, and he's a starter? Come on.
And you're right about Harden. Harden should have got that spot. I mean, Kyrie even said Harden's the point guard. Yeah, just put Harden into that starting lineup, point guard in the All-Star rosters.
I completely forgot about Harden, that he wasn't the starter. Otherwise, I mean, I also think that he...
I think I'm speaking for all of us. We're not fans of Kyrie, especially this season.
Yes.
I
mean, I kind of liked him on the Cavs, but right now, nah, not at all.
Yeah.
And I did not like the way the Cavs and the Celtics tenures that he had ended. So,
Yeah.
Let's just say I'm never going to respect.
All right, that's a nice starting lineup, but it's just Kyrie's my only problem, in my opinion. What stands out to you guys here?
I agree with you. I agree. Other than Kyrie, good starting 4. I don't have a real big problem with it.
Yeah, I completely agree too. Just keep it that way, except Kyrie maybe on the bench or maybe not even in it. That would work for me, but yep.
Yes! LeBron has been my favorite player. you gotta give credit. 36 years old, still playing MVP caliber. It's a no-brainer when LeBron's in any conference. He's gonna be the captain just because he's just so like dominant. Like we said about Embiid, like he can just put up points every night. But I have to say, without AD, he's kind of struggling. So we'll just see how that ends up in the long run. Because AD's out for a couple more weeks, but we'll see. Swag, what do you think?
LeBron is LeBron. That's all I really have to say. His versatility, his vision, his defense, everything is at like prime LeBron level. Maybe a little decline, but not what you expect from like 7 years past his peak. He's extending his physical peak, and I hate to compare him to this guy, but he reminds me of Tom Brady and how much longer and the expectations are being raised for players in terms of their peak times if they really train well. Like I saw the stat the other day, he spends like $1 million a year on keeping his body at its peak. That's insane, and it makes perfect sense.
Look, to me here, I don't think it was a no-brainer, but I do think he did deserve the captainship. He's not really in his prime in my opinion, because the last like 10-ish games, the Lakers haven't been exactly pinpoint without AD and stuff. But he's been still playing really good. He's racking up those points, assists, rebounds, and they still have a good record as of right now. But I kind of expected them to be top 2, not top 3 right now, because with the Suns right now, they're actually number 2 right now. But
well, I don't think anybody would have expected the AD injury, to be fair. But
that is true, but I mean, it's just kind of like showing that, I don't know, because like without AD now, this team's kind of falling apart. But I mean, yeah, he did deserve it though. I would admit.
Yeah, and I mean, I would disagree with no-brainer because Curry has been playing amazing.
And Jokic.
You have Jokic that's playing at a high level as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a no-brainer, but LeBron, I mean, 5.7 million votes, I think. No,
I don't blame the fans. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, like 5.7 some.
I mean, it's more about the record. If the Nuggets or Warriors, whoever had the better record out of those 3 teams would probably be...
I mean, I don't know. I feel like even if LeBron's, like, Lakers weren't top 3 in those 3 teams, I feel like the fans just appeal to LeBron, like, they consider LeBron like the like West, right? First question you ask, at least in my opinion, it's like, all right, what conference is LeBron playing in? Because like that kind of shapes up the rest of it, right? Like if he's in the East, oh, the West may be a little easier. If he's in the West, oh, the East is gonna be a walk in the park, you know? Like it just depends in that sense.
One last thing I'll say is that the reason I think this is a no-brainer is because the votes came in before AD got hurt. So yeah,
that's true.
That is also true. I completely forgot about that.
You got a Nuggets fan right here. High believer in Jokic. So go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, he's, in my opinion, the best passer in the league as of right now. I mean, he's been playing at such a high level with Murray's been dealing with a quiet injury, so he's really had to like carry the load this year. There's nothing else really to say. He's done great rebounding. His scoring has been pinpoint, like over 27 as of right now. And I mean, he's been a great player, great team player. And yeah. All right, Swag, what do you think?
I agree with you. I think Jokic is the best passer in the league. Like, he's not as dominant in the post or the paint as Embiid, and he's not Shaq-like, but at the end of the day, Jokic gets it done. He's the definition of a modern-day center, and he's one of the leaders in the positionless basketball type of thing movement. He can play center, point guard, power forward, whatever you need him to play.
He just pushed his 50th career triple-double, so yeah, he's been getting it done all his career. And yeah, best passer, yeah, you could argue about that, but we can't sleep on CP3. CP3 can just like tear an offense apart by passing the ball. But anyways, yeah, Jokic has been getting it done. Like he's helping Jamal Murray. I mean, he's like Jamal Murray is feeding off of Jokic's success. Yeah, Jokic isn't built like Embiid. Embiid's more of like the post-up type guy. Jokic, in my opinion, is just like a lanky center that can just like he'll go in the paint and just like settle for a jump shot. Like that's a modern center, and he's been getting it done, averaging great numbers. He's been having a great season. Definitely deserved.
I actually disagree with you guys about the post thing. The reason why he gets all these assists are because of when he like goes into the post,
Yeah, I guess
he
posts up and
passes
then
it
dishes
out,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
because he's such a great post player, and then he passes out, and then that's how he gets his assists and points when they don't.
Yeah, I could see that argument. Yeah, for sure. He deserves it, man. Kawhi, and he surprisingly actually hasn't missed that many games this year. I know he was out 2 games because of protocols, but other than that, like he's been having a great season. I feel like I kind of slept on his season, honestly, but yeah, he's been getting it done. I mean, just outstanding numbers. Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
well deserved.
Yep. Swag, what do you think here?
Honestly, if I'm a Clippers fan, which I'm not, I'd be very happy with what they're doing this season. They're kind of flying under the radar, which is, I think, a good thing for Kawhi and Paul George and the whole team's ego because of what happened last season when there was all this King of LA stuff and the New Balance commercial and all this stuff. I think this is good. Kawhi and that whole team is playing with the chip on their shoulder, and Kawhi's been having an underrated season. The whole team has been underrated this season, so I like where the Clippers are headed.
Yeah,
so
and
do I.
Yeah, I feel like last year's postseason experience really shaped this year's team. They've been just playing. I mean, it's the same case. They did really good in the regular season, so we'll just have to see come playoff time. Can they get it done? Like, can they execute properly?
Yep.
Yeah,
That's the $1 million question.
Can they execute it? Just like the Bucks, in my opinion. Like, those are 2 teams that great regular season, then they just choke in the playoffs. But yeah, go ahead.
I mean, Kawhi here, remember, he didn't win a chip with Toronto. He can step it up in the playoffs, but I think that was just more of a Clippers team meltdown that time. But,
yes.
I mean, like, he didn't really do good that series either against the Nuggets. But anyways, I think this is well-deserved. His defense, really good. I mean, nothing else really to say. Great shooting. I think he's, like, top 10 scoring this year, if I'm not wrong. But,
I think
yeah, nothing else much to say.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Crazy numbers, honestly. Like, all these All-Stars, they've been putting up points, and that's just modern NBA. I have hopped on the Curry bandwagon. I don't care. This man has just played. After that injury, I love to see him play, man. I used to hate him just because he used to win a lot. But I've come to the point, in those years, he would sacrifice his points for KD, Clay, right? So I've never seen him as a team player until this season. Like, with that Rocky Warriors organization, without Clay, he has majorly stepped up this season, and he's been playing amazing. I wouldn't be surprised if someone made a case as Curry being the captain, honestly. He's just been playing that well. That's all I gotta say.
Kind of coming back to what you were saying, yeah, I think Curry has stepped up in a big way this season. Coming back to what you were saying about the Warriors' big 3, I would say Clay sacrificed a little more than Curry.
Yeah.
But I still think that he's
I feel
sacrificed.
like the amount Curry sacrificed was pretty, like, with KD coming in, like, I don't know, man. Steph, I always used to portray him as a villain. Now I'm portraying him one of my favorite players in the league, honestly. He's super fun to watch, and I just love, like, I don't know, like, you can't really explain it, but, like, I just have this feel, like, I really like Curry this year. I mean,
yes.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to say is, first off, he's definitely the greatest shooter of all time. Old heads, I don't care what you have to say. He is. So, like, when he got hurt, I didn't think much of it. He was out for, like, 4 months, right?
Yeah, he missed the rest of the
missed
season, actually.
Yeah.
No, he played very late in that season.
Oh, really?
He played, like, 2 games.
Okay.
But I miss those Steph Curry, like, half-court shots that were always going in. I miss Steph Curry. He was like that player that I, kind of like what you said, I portrayed him as a villain as well. But I feel a deeper gratitude for what he does now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's no denying it that he's the best shooter of all time. He's been such a great leader also. And his passing has been pinpoint, and Draymond has just been feeding him assists and stuff. And keep in mind, sometimes, like, he doesn't even have to play the full 4th quarter because that's happened a couple times because he's been balling so much and, well, they're up by so much.
And Oubre's a great piece.
Yeah, I completely agree with this.
Oubre's a great piece to have a long career.
Oubre started off a little bit rocky this year, but then he really
but he's finally, like, found his way into this offense, and he's been playing amazing too. So yeah, Curry, well deserved.
Yes.
Okay,
Dang.
Swag, you're starting this conversation off. Take it away.
I'm going to be honest. This is probably going to be like a 30-minute rant. Luka, get off the starters. You took Dame's spot. Okay, listen, Damian Lillard. I know we're supposed to be talking about Luka, but I want to talk about Dame.
Don't worry, man. This is all
in the
yours.
league.
Like, I was actually didn't make it over Luka, so yeah, go ahead.
Here's what I have to say. Small market teams are always going to be biased against. You see it every year. Kind of like with Beal when he got
actually,
for
let me jump
All-Star
in.
period.
Small market teams, Carmelo and CJ, they were getting some good amount of votes, actually. You sent a picture to me.
Melo, I think, was kind of like when Kobe made the All-Star in his final year, that type of thing.
But still, like
not that Kobe didn't deserve it, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
and then CJ, I also think he probably would have made it if he didn't get hurt. But anyway, coming back to it, Dame is keeping the Blazers afloat. We're still a winning record, even though the fact that we're missing their 2 side-along stars. He was All-NBA first team last season with them on board. Without him, MVP conversation in my opinion, especially since we're still afloat. Now, I don't think that's just him. We've also had some step up of some key role players. Obviously,
Gary Trent's been balling this year.
Yep.
Gary Trent's
even
been
guys
balling.
like Nazir Little and Anthony Simons have stepped up, but part of the credit definitely has to go to him. That's all I'm gonna say. I could probably go on for another 30 minutes, but I want to keep it kind of short.
I'm with you. Damian Lillard definitely deserved this spot over Luka. Luka's been playing great basketball. I'll have to admit, he had a game-winning shot against Boston. That was pretty crazy. But yeah, Damian Lillard keeping that small market team afloat. Maybe maybe 3 games over 500. I'm not sure, but this is not as big as Bradley Beal getting snubbed. But to be in a top 5 MVP conversation and still be a reserve is just kind of mind-boggling in a sense. And I don't know how the fans voted Luka over Dame, but I don't know, man. Damian Lillard, career year in my opinion. I've been following Damian Lillard, but I feel like he's been having a career year this year, and
I'm gonna agree with you on that.
Yeah, I think Dame should have been picked ahead.
I think that Dame also should have been picked ahead, but I think it was just a coin flip. Because you guys are talking about Dame not getting the help. Okay, for the first half or so, he had CJ for most of the time. Okay, but Porzingis has done terrible this season. I mean, he doesn't either have much help, and yet he's almost averaging a triple-double. And I don't either really like Luka, but I would have also definitely Dame. Yeah, I guess Dame should have just deserved it a little bit more.
Dame's had better numbers this season, and I mean, people always say All-Star voting is how the team's doing, how they're contributing to the team. That may be MVP, I'm not sure, but Dame
I think
has
as of right now,
though,
the Mavericks do have a winning record as of right now, but at that time
they
didn't.
They start the season 2-9. Is that
I
what an All-Star
don't think
does,
it was
honestly?
that bad. Yeah, that's true. I mean, at the
7
time,
games under 500, is that what an All-Star does?
At the time, it wasn't really. If I were to choose, but since we're doing it from that time, yeah, I completely think that Dame should have deserved it.
I mean, come on, Dame time all day, man. Especially this season, he has been playing lights out. He should have gotten this spot.
And he's, in my opinion, the most clutch player in these last 5 or so years.
And personally, I voted Damian Lillard every single time. He just deserved it that much.
I can agree.
But
yes. Okay.
Even though he's a reserve, it just highlights that he's been having a phenomenal season.
Yeah.
I like this team. This team, the West team, is always so much better. I mean, the starter of the West is always more teams are always fighting for it. Yeah, literally always. But my only problem is that guard spot, just like the East. And it's not Curry that's the problem. It's Luka, because we were all saying how Dame deserved it. I mean, if you have been watching basketball and you voted Luka over Dame, I don't know what you're doing. Don't want to be mean or anything, but Dame has just had such a better season overall. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. See?
All right. I mean, I completely agree with you with everything you said. I mean, everything else, as you said, Luka, Dame should have gotten it over him. But yeah, that's it.
So I'm gonna agree with what Kay said there. I like the All-Star starters, except for Luka and Kyrie. I definitely think Dame should have gotten it over Luka. The rest, though, I'm fine with.
All right, guys, that's the end of this video. We are going to be dropping a reserves video pretty soon.
Hope you guys hit that red button below, you guys.
Yeah, hit the subscribe button. Comment down below what other videos you want us to see. Smash that like button, bro, and that subscribe button. We need all the support we can get so we can spread the channel out. And yeah, hope you had fun hanging out with the trio. And yeah, that's it for the HTT Hang Time Trio. See you later. Peace.
Thank you, guys.
We're out.